Hey, here we are. Cooey. What an exciting day. Told you, we're in a beautiful, beautiful new chapter. And that chapter of enlightenment is, well, who can resist the golden light of truth? The time is 14:44 and 22 seconds. Tuesday afternoon, I believe it's a Tuesday, and it's the 25th of the 8th, 2026. The other day, if people picked up on that video, I said 2023. That's how I bring things forward into this linear time in 2026. I just went back a little bit, so it gives it 3 years to catch up to us in the now. 4-T. The century, pursuit of the golden truth. The solar, white wizard, intent, pulse, receptivity, and enchant. And channeling in all my ancestral spirits. The solar, jaguar, emperor, sits upon the throne of righteousness. And as I am illuminating the path of righteousness for everyone to get on board. Never too late. And then we hunt down. And we are hunting down as speech creates all that unrighteousness, the wickedness, and the sinful ones. Now, I told you it's very, very exciting today. What I done, I think, was the 26th. Wow, I think it was about the 26th of August 2025, and I'll put a link here with those lobby groups. Yes, it's been blown out of the water now. And these dark entities, they're so full of themselves, I'm telling you, they're so arrogant and ignorant, part of their evilness, that they went on four corners last night. Wow. This is what happens to criminals, mate. Criminals love the limelight. Anyway, that operation, I call it Operation Lima because it's about the lobby groups, okay? So they're being blown out of the water and they're ignorant and arrogance. The four of them, Fitzgerald, that Clive, that Pine bloke, Chris Pine. They've all showed themselves now for who they truly are. Crooks, criminals. They're in the spotlight. Now there should be mass arrests. Hey, Chrissy. Never lost me faith and hope in you, young girl. And you're probably an old spirit, being that surname you carry. Okay, so exciting times. I told you it was just a matter of being patient. Patience is a virtue. Do your everyday good rituals with the white. Okay, also the black. The black nobility is being blown out of the water because we are strong, because we are conquerors, and you're in God's favour and God's grace. And as I say, and lifting it up into your higher selves, you're fully prepared for all this going down. It's all happening now. And that's why it feels surreal, because it is bloody surreal. Just go with the flow and trust in the process. And if I told you all the hideous shit going on too, which I knew, they artificially inflated house prices. Now, a lot of people have gone down for this now, and I'm talking about accountants, lawyers, across the board, and they're supposed to be professional people. This is what gets under my goat. They're supposed to be there to serve the populace in their professionalism. And it's all dishonour to their family names. I notice there's a Fitzgerald there. What are you doing, Fitzy? Christ, Fitzy. Hopefully you're there just as an insider going undercover. Hopefully, doubt it, but you never know. I never put anything because everything is possible. The possibilities are endless. As I say, there's a lot of people out there now that are in big trouble, because I'm capable of making big things happen. And I'll tell you right now, another thing, Maitland Jail is to become operational again. Maitland Jail to become operational for all these crooks and criminals. Yes, we have room to put them. Maitland Jail. So happens to be in the Upper Hunter, because I have much energy out of there. And when you ground yourself, as I said, center balance and ground yourself, make sure you kick off your thongs and your shoes and bare feet on the ground to discharge any bad energy. Well, I hope that lighten a lot of people's day up, because things are happening. And I'll just say, happens, the operational, the name for that is Operation Claw. Operation Claw. Claw. See how it's all a happening thing? No one can resist the golden light. Puts everything in their sights, and no one is immune to justice, and no one is above the law. No one. And being a sovereign judge here, well, it's time for me to dish it out and dispense justice with a capital J. I hope that's wonderful news. As I said, these judges are involved too. As I said, they rounded up 62 of them, 2 bad, evil ones. All that we're only after all the unrighteous, the wickedness, and the sinful ones. You've been doing the right thing and law-abiding citizen. Hey, that's good news for you guys. You've got nothing to worry about. These other slimy ones and cretins, they're just cretins and schemers and just making it bad for the minority groups. You wait until you see how much money they've siphoned off. It's probably trillions, let it be known. For 76 years they've been doing this. And then all they do is put laws through Parliament. I don't know how it got to this stage. I really don't. I don't know how you can put people in there, just a management company. There was no one there to hold everyone accountable for what they've done. There was no one there until this point of the matter, and now I'm in the now. That's why it had to happen. And the judge of righteousness, uncorruptible. This is what I'm after, uncorruptible people, the good people, the good women and the good men. And now you can see how it's all unfolding, because it's taken 12 months now. I manifested that 12 months ago, and now it's all coming into fruition. And not only that, they're making the job easier. Misappropriation of money funds, public funds, misappropriation of public funds. That's one. Misrepresenting the Australian people, especially, you know who I mean, that Mr. Albanese. What a friggin' demon he is. Lying, just lying all the time. He's misrepresenting the people, misrepresenting the government, and misrepresenting himself. Because he's an imposter. He's just a bad actor in there, playing out the theatrics for Labor and Liberal. You got to get rid of all of them. The golden staff comes out. dishonourable. And you've got to keep hammering him now with liar, liar, liar. Your pants on fire. Everyone. Not just one. And clap your hands together because, yes, it's been one hell of a ride for me. 30 years. 30 years I've been waiting for this to happen. But as I say, and you've seen me on the public stage, it's this legacy we're leaving, the great legacy we're leaving for the children of the children of the children, and put things, control systems in play that this will never happen again. Well, because of greed and how much money they want. Oh, isn't $1 million enough for you? Oh, you want 2 million. Oh, what do you want? 10 million. Oh, geez, you've got $1 billion. Okay, now what are you going to do with it? Oh, just leave it in the bank. It's disgusting. I've got no terminology for what yous are doing. Obviously, it's some kind of disease. Definitely greed. Keeping all this wealth from the people when you got people starving, you got people homeless. You know, like so many ethnic groups out there that are disadvantaged. Ethnic. Suppose a lot of people haven't heard that for a while. Ethnic groups. And you all know what an ethnic groups is. The Italians, the Greeks. Nah, because they've turned it around and called it, races, and then racism. Get that shit out of your head right now. It's another divide. If you want to look at it biologically, we all go back to the Homo sapien. Homo sapien. All the rest is man-made, just junk and noise and commotion to confuse and put out misinformation out there, deceptions. Look at that one, 11:22. We're going to keep that one today because I feel the energy and the vibes are really, really good. As I said, what was that other one I said? Delta Tango X-ray. Delta Tango X-ray. Delta Tango X-ray and Operation Claw. Unbelievable. Fantastic. Coo-wee. Yes, coo-wee. The coo-wee. I hope I put a lot of smiles on people's faces out there now because it's been happening and it's a happening thing. And now it's all being pushed into the stage with the big spotlights on it. The golden light. Chris Pine. What a moron. They're all moronic, idiotic, and just conniving. They're conniving. But hey, I'm pretty cunning myself because Todd means fox. So, and they should all be aware now because it's beware for them. All my upgrades have come in. I truly know who I am as the sovereign judge of universe, galaxies, this planet, to write it all. Yes, in the timelessness, because there's a great mass awakening, unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, unavoidable, awake, rise and shine. Dear loved ones, as the unconditional divine love flows out to each and every one of you, and you know now that you are all beautiful, and the stardust. Wakey, wakey, wakey. Rise and shine. Abracadabra. The trigger points. because we're on the turning point of the trigger points. Unexpected shift. Geez, I'm happy today. I'm pretty full on. Energy levels are full up. Hurdles are being friggin' obstacles and hurdles. Boom. All falling down now. As I said to you guys last program, get with the program. Get with the show, because it's a big show. It's a big show of enlightenment. Lots and lots of heads are going to roll. Lots of heads are going to roll. Because it's a big clean-up. Sweeping the floor. I thought it was there, eh? Here's the floor clean. Look for me chakras card. Where's me chakra? High Priestess, the Sun, Justice, Death. Tell you about the planets too, I guess. Enlighten everyone about the planets again. Yeah, so, well, there we go now. Found it. Okay. Now, and because we got judgment. See, judgment. St. George and the trumpet. Judgment. Okay, so, you know what I forgot to do? Come on, guys and girls, you should remind me. HMOs. Sydney, 1948. Lest we forget. Now in the now. Woohoo! Isn't that good? All those lobby groups. Wow, how much money are we going to claw back there? $4 billion. These accountants, a lot involved. There's a lot involved, you know. It'll go back to judges, ministers, because $4 billion is a hell of a lot of money to be ripping off. And that is why we have the world card with that wreath around the top of the head, the halo. Yeah, that's a lot of money to be ripping off the public purse, isn't it? I say their day's coming. Throw them in Maitland jail. Put the guards back up on the walls. And I'll be paying them a visit, as a judge does, as sovereign judge. And not only that, elevate it throughout our spirituality, because you get elevated for your past lives and then to your rebirth. That's why you go through the process and you trust in the process. That's why you get elevated to the prince, the king and the emperor. Well, you know, now we're all at that emperor stage, which is the judge. And we answer to God, the Most High, the Almighty, upstairs. Because it's like a Jacob's ladder, isn't it? The Jacob's ladder. All this, yeah, I can tell you a lot. Because I can. Because I'm capable of big things happen. I don't believe in secrets. I don't believe in surprises. I don't believe in suppression or oppression. It's all the golden truth. And these gifts are shared with the populace. to help, assist and support. And it's all a happening thing. As everybody can see is believing now. The all seeing, the all hearing, the all feeling, the all I can do. That's why there's a lot in big trouble. Solicitors, lawyers, they weren't even Queen Councils or King Councils because the Habsburgs are in big trouble themselves. So I wouldn't worry about the Habsburgs trying to get you out of the crap that you're in now here, because they're falling also. And they caused it all with their porkies and forgeries. Oh yeah, I'm upset, but I control my emotions and I deal with it because I know we're going to have justice with a capital J. For God's plan, God's glory, and God's kingdom. I'm down here as his messenger, illuminator, and visionary. I have that vision to push us forward, propel us forward in prosperity, and with the 22, stone by stone again, foundations. After we destroy, well, we cripple them first, which we're doing. We're crippling them because we're taking away the money they stole. So they got no oil for their cogs because we're taking away that money. So they're going to they're crippled and they come to a grinding halt. And they'll be running everywhere soon. I love it. Showing yourselves on national telly. And you know what? Four corners. And what was it on? ABC. There's your two. Powers that be. You will not stop it. Because their idiotic, moronic behaviour, biological makeup of a Homo sapien, and they forget where they came from. They forget how it all works with the aristocracy. Look that one up, aristocracy. And the true meaning of it. Very, very spiritual. We were spiritual and we were connected to everything. But nah, what you've got, other people want, the demons, the monsters, the criminals, and they done it through Habsburg's forgeries. An Archduke. Makes me laugh. You got to have a sense of humour, I'm telling you. I don't know how they passed it through, but there was a lot of people illiterate back then. And we were sitting over in Brittany doing our thing as hereditary judges. They couldn't touch us for a while, but as soon as they went imperial, that imperial stuff, if only I had my imperial dragon with me back then, perhaps they wouldn't have done it. But we got their imperial dragon now. They want it. They're going to get it. The wood dragon is very, very much active and alive. Dormant no more. Much powers that be. And now they're showing themselves on stage. Mass arrests. The Emperor has begun his reign. Because I've taken back the reins. Simples. And I know there's a lot of misinformed ones out there and they're uneducated within their spirituality. If they started educating themselves in that spirituality and know exactly how it all goes and what it all means, function and purpose and your mission, you'd soon change your mind. And I've had people do that to me, come back to me and change their minds and apologise. I say no need to apologise because if you didn't know, you don't know. There's not much you can do if you don't know. But it's no good talking crap that you don't know either. Because he's everywhere. He's everywhere and he watches everything. Part of the cosmos. Part of everything. Because the mastery of everything. I think it's okay too to start leaving positive comments too. Positive comments. You know, positive comments picks me up, and I've got that confidence and courage and bravery, but I'd just like to hear your thoughts. And positive thoughts. Any negative thoughts, well, you just get deleted. You get deleted. And then you'll be paid a visit from the supernatural. So you want to leave negative thoughts there, take it up with the supernatural. You won't be able to sleep, you'll be having nightmares. Yeah, think I'm joking? Well, try it. And there's no skin off my nose because I just delete you anyway. And then you've got to fight off the supernatural. 2 of Wands. Oh, what a beautiful one. See, maybe you're resonating. Everything's yes, yes, yes. Look at that card. I was talking about my staff. And the world's in his hands. I'll read this one now. It's related to family and homesickness. Homesickness, eh? More about the homelessness. 2 of Wands is the third eye. Aries is its Mars. Action. Art of war. Aries is air, isn't it? An air sign. The 2 of Wands is seen as the beginning of success through good planning and bold decision making. And it recommends that you respect your own decision making process. Respect each other. All right, let's go through them now. We'll start off with judgment. Judgment's got to come through your golden crown chakra. A coronet. They call our crown. It's a coronet. The world. Also, when we went over to Devonshire, we had the 3 wreaths. Okay, and that's honour, integrity, and success, victory, because we are conquerors. And then Knight of Wands, root chakra for the world. Okay, so then we've got the heart chakra, and I've got the root chakra with the Emperor. And so we begin. I'll be reading out our planets, but 1122. Yeehaw! Coo-wee! Isn't it magnificent? Eh? Magical. Miraculously happening. Eh? We pull our own miracles out of thin air. They pull their stupid fiction paperwork out of thin air. We're the real deal. We're the flesh, blood and bones and DNA. Unaltered, undiluted. Yes. Great shift. 1122. 1, the illuminator, visionary, a messenger. 22, master builder, capable of big things happening. And I have been unleashed. No change around me. Personal growth, spiritual development, and manifesting goals, oneness, connection, and completion. See? All about patience is a virtue, isn't it? And there's great rewards at the end, isn't there? Look what we're about to see. Because seeing is believing. The all-seeing. As I said, that egg is hatched now. And the golden light is beaming all over. First, focus on the positive changes occurring due to your efforts. Yeehaw. Giddy up. Then expand your horizons and permit yourself to try something new. So many positive shifts are in the store for you. The world around you is changing in favour of your intentions. Okay? So we more or less revolve around each other, don't we? And evolve. Feminine forces. Beautiful. All you girls out there, and women, and ladies, these are all three. Feminine forces. Mother Goddess Gaia. Relationships, balance, prosperity, efficiency, patience, humility. You can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Share alike. We're all unique in our own uniqueness with many gifts. And when you find out who you truly are through your authentic selves of authenticity, you start sharing those gifts like I have. Okay, I lead by example. And it's got to be a good, righteous example. Okay, you leave nothing out. Go with the flow, trust in the process. You can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Okay, partners, we're partners out there now. Plenty of partners. We partner up with the right spirit, many spirits, and you'll become a force to reckon with, the reckoning. Honour commitments and people around, and we don't judge, but we have justice with judgment. Ultimate judgment comes from the Most High. And you've heard that story before, haven't you? In the book of Revelations. And the scorpion is in the book of Revelations. 0505. Unexpected shifts. Wow. So what have we got here? Feminine forces. We got a great shift and unexpected shifts. Wow. It's hunky-dory, isn't it? You bloody beauty. Unexpected shift, divine intervention. Oh, we got the divine intervention, the divine timing, divine right, sudden challenges, love, pleasant surprises, gut feeling. I'm glad I'm sitting in these shoes because I wouldn't like to be in those evil ones' shoes with the critters, creatures, criminals, monsters and demons. Wouldn't like to be in their shoes now. Their shoes would be burning. Going to be a lot of panic in there now because they're being blown out of the water as I can because I'm capable of making big things happen. And remember, spiritual, physical, material, the celestial, the terrestrial, all about the energetic, pragmatic forces at play, isn't it? Yahaha, yahaha, yahaha. This number serves as a gentle nudge, just a gentle nudge, to pursue whatever interests you most. It's possible that something could rock your boat, a lot of people falling out of their boat, but you'll end up exactly where you belong, which could be in somebody's arms, and your dream job or abroad, etc., 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 etc. Geez, that Maitland jail, I've been there, going to be nice and damp for these bad, unrighteous, wicked ones and sinful ones. A nice place to end up, isn't it? Until I get to go in there and do what I do best. Judge. With justice with a capital J. Heads are going to roll. Heads are going to roll. Heads are going to roll. Living in every real moment. Yes. 20, which is a 2. 2 plus 0 is 2. Scorpio, Pluto. Funny about that one, isn't it? Pluto, life, death, rebirth, transformation, reformation, restoration. And what did I say the other one, what is it, Mars, is it? No, it's just Pluto and Scorpio, unearthing everything that's been hidden. A lot of people in big trouble. Yes. Justice with a capital J. Now, I told you a lot about that too. You know, some things, yes, I just cannot. Well, I cannot let you know about it because it's forbidden. There's a lot of sacred stuff being unleashed now, but there's a lot of things that's forbidden for even me to speak about, which is unfortunate, but by God's command. Okay, so final consummation. 21, the world. 2 and 1's 3, the Holy Trinity. Capricorn, Saturn, beautiful. The world is the state of perfection, the realisation and implementation of ideals. Well, it's God's creation, so it can't be our ideology at all, can it? It's just what we're programmed to do through God's plan. And you just trust in the process and go with the flow. Or significant success and happiness. Or if there's another one of me around, I'd love to know too. Put that in the comments. Whatever you feel, whatever you embrace, whatever you acknowledge, whatever you're aware of, whatever you think you can accomplish, well, you don't think, you just do it. You just do it. There's no thinking involved. It's all spontaneous, instantaneous, and just happens. Just happens. Go with the flow and trust in the process. Just in time to finish a big project. Here comes me Knights. The Knights of Chivalry. Beautiful. That code. The code of righteousness. The Knight of Wands represents a positive force that works with passion, but may appear to be too enthusiastic and aggressive in its actions. Only in the art of war. Only in the art of war. When we need that action. We don't need any action at the moment because it's all flowing freely how it should be. Through the nature and naturally correcting itself. The Emperor. Masculinity. Much. And it's a balance act. You all remember that. Represents authority, power, and as I said, arrogance. But that arrogance, you cast it aside. You fight arrogance with arrogance because these bastards are arrogant and ignorant. That's why they're not listening to you. They're sort of in their own little sort of world, creating laws so they can misappropriation of the funds of the public, the populace. That is what they're firstly going to get arrested for, and all the other things and stuff they've done against humanity. There's grave consequences. How far did they think they were going to get? We're all connected. And once you connect up, it's all telepathic too. Because I can. Four corners. All right? Blowing these lobby groups now well and truly out of the water. Okay, took 2 rounds. My first one was manifesting it. Back in August 2025. 12 months now it's taken. Not 30 years anymore. This has happened now in 12 months. So it's gone fast. Because we're in the fast timelessness now. But that 4, that's the second salvo we blew at them. And now, through their arrogance and ignorance, they've showed themselves live on stage. And Fitzy, I don't know what you're doing there, I really don't. Chris Pine always had bad vibes about him. And the other ones are just, I can see them for who they truly are. Through my character, I can do that. Judgment of character. That's another gift I've got. Because we got Aries and Mars, as I say, action and art of war. 4, the Emperor. The Emperor has enough masculinity and full of majesty. He has power to control everything. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. Coo-wee. Okay? Going places and people to see. And the 2 of Wands, you already know 2 of Wands. So now we're going to do the card reading of the Egyptians. I'll try and get it to 44 today if we can. You all know, I see, I speak, I feel, I can, and I have. And there's no should've, could've, or would've, is there? No. No, sirree. Now the Sun, the conscious mind, the ego, cast the ego, arrogance and ignorance. Well, it's all balanced, as I said. You balance everything and you just bring it out when you need it. It's like in reserves, isn't it? Mercury, communication, mentality. Venus, love and pleasure. Too much pleasure, don't have too much pleasure. Moon, feelings, instincts. Mars, action, energy. Jupiter, expansion, prosperity. Saturn, responsibility and discipline. All comes from Saturn with that ring. Have a halo around that for a reason, don't we? Uranus, rebellious and revolution. Uranus, a lot of Uranus energy coming in. And Neptune, a lot of Neptune, ideals and the intuition and regeneration and transformation. Pluto, my lovely, lovely planet. I embrace, I accept, and I acknowledge it all. Cheers, everyone. Happy days, happy days. Happy days. If you don't believe me, put in Operation Claw. Google it. Operation Claw. Put in deep, D-E-E-P, because we're going deep. This is all deep. Everything's deep. Because we're in the otherness now. The otherness. And it's very, very deep. It's enlightenment. It's invigorating. It's magnificent. Miracles do happen. Because you create things. You create things in our realm, reality, plane and timeline. Yeehaw, giddy up. Okay, guys and girls, I'm happy today. Because we got wholeness. Okay, wholeness. If you're at that wholeness stage, you'll go to the wonders and then to the source and then the otherness. But this takes time. This takes lives and lives, rebirth after rebirth after rebirth. And that's if you don't know who you are in this life, well, you've got to come back until you really embrace your reality, your realisation in this civilization, so you get to your stabilisation. And then mobilisation. Okay, when I say mobilisation, all them ones that know who they truly are, they're mobilising. Like I. Because it's by my command, my instructions and my directions. That's how it works. And that's why we're the aristocrats. Aristocrats. Remember the aristocrat, I was right on top of it when I was doing Maryland's RSL, doing armed security there in the mornings and afternoons when they done the hoppers. And those machines were called aristocrat. See, and if you want to seek and search it out, you'll find it. And synchronicities and symbolisms are all around you. I'm everywhere now. Resourcefulness. Let me fix these cards up. All right, so them ones there. Put that there and there. Oh, well, gone past the 44 mark. Okay, that's fine. Everything's fine and dandy. Silence my main points. Get across and you embrace it. because we have transformation. You're not going to, it won't, the Great Mass Awakening, okay? It's unstoppable. It's unstoppable. We've got transformation. Pluto is pushing ahead. All the planets are aligning with me. That's why they're all aligning up. Everyone can say what they will, but I know what the real reason is. Mission and purpose and function. Because I've been here many, many times before in my past lives, which is fully documented now. When I found that anchor, 1918, back in Connecticut, Bridgeport, Prince Todd Dushaw. And we got stability and equilibrium. Equilibrium. What a word, but it's a good word. It's a fantastic word. Just going to do one more. Because we got renewal. Okay? Because with your wholeness, we got stability, equilibrium, and the transformation, which if you look at that God, Anubis. Have a look have a look at all the, search it with AI and go deep with it. And look at that. Look who's there. Throth. Or Throt. Okay? Because it's all to do with your wholeness on who you are. Have a big reality check because we got renewal. And 25, 7, and happa, or happy. Just without the double P, isn't it? Happy moments, happy times. Because they're all being arrested. Mass arrest. Slowly but surely, just so, as I said, these people you've looked up to. And that's why you've got all these distractions, not distraction, but distractions happening before you with the football or the sports stuff and that. They distract you. They distract you to see what actually is going on. So, nothing wrong with watching all those sports shows, but just be aware of what's happening behind your back. Lots of things are happening behind your back. And that's why I expose and then I depose and cast out all these creatures, monsters and demons once and for all. They go through the fire and brimstone and back to Hades, back to the devil himself. They got no right being in our reality, our timeline, our plane, and our realm. I'm exactly where I should be, sitting on the throne, as an emperor does, and I expose it all and depose it all, and then I get to do me judge thing, don't I? Through my biological, spiritual, sovereign judge. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen. Take care out there. Stay safe. As I say, now, law-abiding citizens, and you've just got nothing to worry about now. Okay, I won't be taking guns off you. If anything, I'll be giving guns back to those law-abiding citizens. Everything that's gone wrong, it's all going to be reworked or revisited. Revisited sounds better. And even if we've got to go back to 1970 and squash all this legislation, all this bull crapper that's happened, even if we go back to 1964 when I was born, it's probably a good thing there. I'll go back there and take in all the laws and stuff and legislation that's been done since 1964 will be null and void until we can siphon through it and sift through it and filter through it and see which ones we need and which ones we don't. Racism and discrimination is just dividing, and people, there's misconceptions and misinterpretations of these words and so forth, because we always had ethnicity, ethnic groups. But there was no malice until this racism word got created to create that malice and hatred. Okay, so we're all earthlings here on planet Earth, having a human experience, and it should be a good human experience. You've got to wake up and, for yourselves and come to that self-realisation if you've been here or not before. Some of you are new here. That's why it's all very, very confusing. But that is why I sit here to put you through that confusion. And I put out the golden truth through my golden light and my DNA, paperwork, documentations that go way back. Because as I said, the proof is in the pudding. And that's why it has to be this way, because you've been lied to for too long, way too long. With those forgeries of the Habsburgs that started and creating all this fiction, falsehood, just fiction propaganda, eh? And unfortunately, you fell for it up until this point in time, because you've got critical thinking now and you're literate. A lot was illiterate back then in the day. It was only Latin writing, and there was none of this what you've got today in the 21st century, which is great because, as I said, I'm the first one of my family to communicate to the world through this transmission and broadcast. And I also receive much, much, much energy. But I'm the first one of my family to do this. And now it's going to be a great, great trigger and turning point. Intent, pulse, receptivity, enchant, the great mass awakening, unavoidable, irreversible, inevitable. Don't you love that word? I do. And the last one is unavoidable. No one can run and hide from it. Goes everywhere. I'm master of everything. Mastery of everything. The triangle of mastery, 11-22-33. Bye for now. And blessings to one and all.